Calling the Sadea Pettis Amateur Radio Club repeater net. Calling the Spark and Pettis County Aries net. This is KD0ETL. That's Kilo Delta 0 Echo Tango Lima, and I will be your net control station for this evening. My name is Paul, and my QTH is Hughesville, Missouri. Spark repeater net meets each Sunday evening from approximately 8 p.m. until 8:30 local time on the Sadea 147.03 megahertz repeater with a minus offset. The purposes of the net are to gather hams in the area and exchange information of mutual interest and to promote public service by ham operators. At this time, do we have any emergency traffic for the net?
WA0 STO repeater. Spark repeater net each Sunday evening at 8 p.m.
Are there any club announcements for the net?
KJ5ZW.
Net control recognizes KJ5ZW. Go ahead, Philip, with your traffic.
Yeah, we got testing will be June the 1st after the club meeting at the firehouse. I just thought I'd throw that out there and remind everybody that that'll be testing for technician, general, and extra, whichever is your flavor. Back to you then, Paul. KJ5ZW.
KJ5ZW, KD0ETL. Okay, thank you, Philip. And I'll throw out there again, too, that to remind everyone that June 1st is our next club meeting, and we'll get final information for field day by then. And also, the other announcements are directly following this net is the Warrensburg Working Net. It's on 146.880 at 8 p.m. and their tone is 107.2. On Monday evening, the Carroll County Aries Net has their net at 7 p.m. and their frequency is 146.655 megahertz and a PL tone of 94.8. And that's 7 p.m. Monday. And then Thursday is our multi-county net, our very own KJ5ZW kind of calls that net on the Stover repeater at 8:30 p.m. and Stover repeater is 147.390 with no tone. We'll drop this. Are there any other announcements for the net? All right, at this time I will take mobiles, portables, short timers, those that are in and out. Space your calls, try 3 at a time, and pause before speaking. Call KD0ETL.
KE0WLB, portable, in and out.
Net control recognizes KE0WLB. Thanks for checking in. Good signal. We'll open up for regular check-ins. Regular check-ins for the Sparks repeater net. Call KD0ETL.
0ETL, this is KF0SJG.
KA0TPXJ.
This is KY0P. All right, we'll hold there. We've got 3 good ones. We've got KY0P, KA0TPX, and KF0SJG. Steve, KF0SJG. Good evening, Steve, and your comments for the net.
All and everybody on the net. Well, W3MEB, myself, KY0P, put my antenna up this afternoon. Apparently I can hit all the repeaters around with one minor problem. I can't hear anybody except for this one. Anybody has any suggestions, please let me know. Thank you.
KF0SJG, KD0ETL. Okay, Steve, yeah, sorry to hear that's not working the way you were wanting. One thing I'm coming up with is height, but that could still be an issue. If anybody's got any ideas, they can get a hold of Steve, maybe after the net, or email him, and because I don't have any more at the moment. Thanks for checking in, Steve. I hope we'll get this figured out. Everybody will be trying. Next, we'll go to Jerry, KE0TPX. Good evening, Jerry. I heard from Little Birdie you went to Dayton.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Got 64 degrees. I was out there at Dayton ham benching for about 5 hours Friday till my legs gave out, then I had to leave. And the food vendors out there had long lines at around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. They were the ones making the money. Big crowd out there, but I still like the old place, Hare Arena, the best. KA0TPX back.
KA0TPX, KD0ETL. All right, Jerry. Yeah, I'd like to go one of these years. I'll eventually make it. And sounds like you spent more money on eating than you did buying anything. So no new toys, I guess. Good to hear you on here, and thanks for checking in. And next we'll go to Dennis, KY0P. Good evening, Dennis, and your comments.
Good evening, Paul. Everybody else on the net. Yeah, I enjoyed trying to help Steve today. Hope we can get that figured out. And if not, then I don't know, maybe you can call that guy tomorrow and get some ideas from him, the guy that you bought it from. So anyway, well, I was watching the weather, and the weather actually for the next 9 days, there was one day, and I think it was Tuesday, but I'm not sure, but there was one day out of the next 9 that we're not supposed to have precipitation. So, I don't know, the rain just keeps coming and coming. We got a little bit of rain here yesterday. Let me reset. That storm that blew through yesterday evening, felt the gust, the leading gust go through, and the rain was following it pretty close. In about 5 to 10 minutes, I had what am I trying to say here? I got a little over a half inch, almost 6/10 of an inch in about a 10-minute period. So anyhow, we don't need the rain, but looks like we're going to get it. Look forward to seeing everybody at the club meeting on Saturday. And with that, can't think of anything else. I'll turn it back to you, Paul. 73, everybody. Have a great week from KY0P.
KY0P, KD0ETL. All right, Dennis. Yeah, I had I got a rain yesterday morning that apparently they didn't get in town. I got a 1/4 of an inch in about 5 minutes yesterday morning, and then like you said, about 6/10 yesterday evening when after the gust front came by, and a little bit more overnight. I don't imagine, but I'm pretty close to an inch. So, and it came down really hard. All right, we're at the end of the list. Any more check-ins for the Spark Repeater Net? Call KD0ETL.
KD0ETL, this is KEO-UHO.
W3 MEB.
All right, I just about pulled the trigger on top of you there, Doc. I got W3 MEB and KE0UHO. We'll go to the top of the list. Mike, KE0UHO. Good evening, Mike, and your comments. And I forgot to send you a text to remind you, but you did good.
I remembered. Who the hell is my wife? I don't know if it means anything, but the guy across the street's building a gigantic boat. But, it could be anything.
Yeah, I probably need another arc.
He called it.
Okay. Sounds good. You've been studying for your next test, or you're going to wait a little later next month or two?
I'm going to wait till July meeting and take it then.
Received. Well, thanks for checking in. Tell Barbara said hi. And next we'll go to Doc, W3 MEB. Good evening, Doc, and your comments.
Well, I tell you, my eyes were crossed today because I still cannot figure out why he can't receive. That's SJG. Everything else seemed to go okay. Many thanks to Mr. Klein for giving us the meter and the right coax. Brand new out-of-the-box coax, RG58X, no good. Other than that, just continue to work on that and see what we can do to support him. This is W3MEB, back to the net.
W3MEB, KD0ETL. Yeah, everybody likes to come out and support what they can. Hard telling what anybody and everybody's got laying around, so all you have to do is ask. Sorry the analyzer I gave you didn't do any good for VHF. It's just for HF, but I knew somebody around would have one. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, you guys wore me out earlier. I was chasing you guys around up and down the frequency. It made me thirsty, and I had to go get an adult beverage and sit down and rest. Thanks for checking in.
MEB, back to you.
All right, we're at the end of the list again. Any more check-ins for the Spark Repeater Net call, KD0ETL.
KD0VD.
0 Echo Echo.
KD0USK.
KD0QAM, in and out.
And we'll hold up there. KD0QAM, Chandler, thanks for checking in. Congratulations on graduating. And we've got KD0USK, N0 Echo Echo, and AD0VD. We'll go to Donald first. AD0VD, good evening, Donald, and your comments.
Well, I guess everybody's going to have to start building those arcs. Because the weather guesser's right, but can't ever believe him. Pass a message on over to Brett for me. I've got some of that stuff I said I was going to be getting to donate to the guys putting up the antennas. Other than that, could you check in Grace, KE0MER, and I'll get out of here and go back to the TV. 80VD, I'm certain.
0ETL. All right, Donald. Grace, if you're listening, this is the last time I'm checking in. You got to check in yourself from now on. You got to get on the radio. All right, Donald. Thanks for checking in. Have a safe week. Go to John, N0 Echo Echo. Good evening, John. Your comments.
K0ETL in the group, N0EE. John in Sedalia. Don't have a whole lot here. Was discussing earlier about the issue of Steve's antenna. That was just totally baffling to me. And my 45 years of playing with radios, I've never heard of that situation at all. That's totally bizarre if it's just antenna or coax related. And if anybody's interested, the International Space Station is going to be flying over starting at 9:10, visible for approximately 6 minutes. Its maximum height will be 72 degrees, which is pretty well up there. It's going to start out at 10 degrees above southwest and disappear at 10 degrees above northeast. So it'll be the brightest thing in the sky, most likely. And it looks like it's going fairly fast, but honestly, it's going 17,500 miles an hour. But don't quite look that fast, but it just takes about 6 minutes to go across the horizon. A little bit cloudy out here, but not too bad. Probably be able to see if there's anybody interested. And Brad, if you get a chance after the net, give me a call on the phone. I'll see y'all later. N0EE.
N0EE, KD0ETL. All right, John, thanks for that information. I have often checked that, but I had not checked it today. And did you see how many minutes across the sky tonight?
Paul, I get mine from NASA themselves. It's called Spot the Station at NASA. And anyway, it's going to be visible for 6 minutes. And it's going to start 10 degrees above southwest and end up 10 degrees above northeast. The maximum height's about 72 degrees. N0EE.
All right, John. Thanks for that info, and I'm sure everybody else would enjoy that too. I have to put that. I had that in my old phone and didn't have it in this one, so I think the 80 degrees, I think, is the closest I've seen to straight 90 degrees on a flyover, and that was a long one, and probably close to that. Thanks for checking in and the info. We'll go to Brett, KD0USK. Good evening, Brett, and your comments.
KD0ETL, KD0USK. Hey, Paul. Hey, group. Good to hear y'all in there. Everybody's sounding real good tonight. Been down to Carthage, Missouri this weekend and showed my horse, and had that storm come through there. That was kind of interesting, and everything fared well there. But you know, I'm just sitting here and kind of thinking about Steve's antenna. I can't imagine it being the antenna at all. So it's got to be a setting or something in the radio. But you know, I don't know. I don't know what all you've checked and tested there. But I can't imagine it would be the coax or the antenna. But got a roger on you, Donald, and that'd be great. And just bring it on the next club meeting, and we'll get her in the consolidated box there. So, and John, I got a roger on you too, and I'll give you a holler. Hope you all have a great week. We'll see y'all later. KD0USK.
KD0USK, KD0ETL. All right, Brett. Good deal on. Glad you had a good horse show, and sounds like you're getting some things together. And if there's something you're looking for special, give me a holler. I may have it, or I can get it to you whenever. So I'm sure I've got something around here that I'm not using. And we're at the bottom of the list. Any more check-ins for the Spark Repeater.net, call KD0ETL.
J5ZW, recheck.
Yeah, go recheck.
What radio is Doc trying to, he can transmit but he can't receive? What radio is that he's using?
I think it's the radio Steve's got. I think it's an ICOM, but I don't know the model. I think I stepped on somebody, net control, someone in there, try again.
It's KF0SJG. It's an ICOM V8000.
The only thing I can think of is something in the modulation. Never mind, I'm getting it backwards. I was thinking of the deviation of the FM signal, but that's on transmit, so never mind. I just went nuts. I was just thinking it's turned down too low, but that would be for transmit, so never mind. KJ5ZW.
Net control recognizes, I think everybody's got their thinking cap on. This one's baffling everybody, I believe. So if somebody out there's listening has a V8000 and has an idea, let us know. We'll take one more standby for check-ins for the Spark Repeater.net. Call KD0ETL.
KE0 NIL, no traffic.
Net control recognizes KE0 NIL. Thanks for checking in, Nick. Good signal. And we'll go one more time for check-ins for Spark Repeater.net. Call now.
KE0 QYA, in and out.
KE0 QYA. Good evening, Richard. Good signal from you too. Good to hear you in there. And we'll go one more time. I'm going to write down K0JWA because I did hear him earlier. So I'll check him in. And we'll go one more call for check-ins for Spark Repeater.net.
Recheck.
Go recheck.
Yeah, guys. This is Brett, KD0USK. I got a couple of those 8000s. Love them. Great radio. You know, when you all were listening to him and stuff, did you try to listen on Simplex? I mean, has he got the offset right on it, or I mean, is the simple stuff kind of been checked on it?
KY0P. Control recognize KY0P. Go ahead, Dennis.
Yeah, Brett, we tried all of the repeaters. Well, all of them that I've got into mine. I think I've got 10 different repeaters, and he could check into, or he could activate all of the repeaters. He just couldn't hear the retransmission. In other words, he could hear me calling him, but there was nothing that he could hear coming back.
Okay. You know, I was coming through Clinton, and I heard you call him, and I heard him come back to you there around early this afternoon. And we were in Carrie's car, and I had my HT, and I opened that repeater up, and I gave you a call, but I don't know if you heard me. It was a little while after, because I was waiting on you all to talk again. I never heard him come back. But I did hear you guys in the Warsaw. I was just really kind of surprised and pleased that I was in Clinton over on 13 and was able to open up the repeater there. And there's no way I can do it from here in Sedalia, but I'm sure I was getting across the lake there or something. But okay, you know, I mean, the only thing I could think of would just have to sit down and look at it and kind of just start from some, you know, zero and kind of just put the frequency in and just kind of go through all the settings and just look at it. That's all I could do on there. But does he have a book? And if not, you can get the book online. You can download it, the manual, and just go through every step in that manual. Like I said, I can't imagine what it is. It's got to be something pretty simple, but I wouldn't know without just sitting down and just going through it and doing it. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. KD0USK.
Recheck W3MEB.
Net control recognize W3MEB. Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, if you would pass it on to Brett, USK, that SJG will be contacting him via landline here in just a little bit, because they both got the same type of radio, and that may be some settings. And like I said, we found out that the noise limiter was turned on at one time.
Received. Any other more comments on that situation?
Yeah, I think I would try Simplex just to verify that he can hear, and if he can, then I would be looking at make sure he didn't have the reverse pushed in on that repeater settings. It might be that's the only thing I can think of. KJ5Z, that'll be back to you.
KY0P. Net control recognize KY0P. Go ahead, Dennis.
Yeah, Steve and I did talk Simplex last Saturday night on that same radio. So anyway, I don't know. It's something, and I think everybody kind of agrees. It's just something real simple. We just haven't figured out what it is yet. So back to you, Paul. KY0P.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm going to close the net at this time, and if we want to continue a discussion on this, we can as soon as I close the net. So I'll close the net at let's see, 8:26, 0126 UTC. We had a total of 17 check-ins. Thanks to everybody that checked in. Have a great week. KD0ETL return to repeater back to normal use.